Hello, everyone, and welcome to StraightUp Solar's webinar, Energy Savings for Your Mission, Illinois Solar for All Explained. Thank you for joining us on this sunny day. My name is Nicole Cooper, and I've worked with the marketing team at StraightUp Solar for 5 years, and I'll be facilitating today. Our webinar is about half an hour, followed by a live Q&A. If you have any questions, please drop them into the Q&A section. You'll find this and the chat in the control bar at the bottom of your window. And then keep an eye on the chat for helpful links throughout the presentation, including how you can get a free solar assessment for your nonprofit, place of worship, or government entity. We are recording this webinar, and we will be sharing the link to view this recording later on. You can always find past webinars on straightupsolar.com under the Learn tab. So now let's dig in. About StraightUp Solar. Who is StraightUp Solar? We are Illinois and Missouri's most experienced turnkey solar energy company, and we've brought more than 3,000 solar installations to light for our local neighbors since 2006. From design build to long-term care, we help homeowners and businesses choose brighter energy by saving money on ever-rising utility bills, gaining greater control over your energy, doing your part for the planet, and securing a powerful return on your investment. We're proud to be a certified B Corp since 2015, and I've actually just recently passed our recertification process. So woohoo! You can go on to the next slide. StraightUp Solar's success is driven by our 100+ people we employ who live out our clear values daily. When working with StraightUp Solar, we expect our customers to hold us accountable in how we demonstrate our values in our work. Today, our Illinois Solar for All topic aligns brightly with the C's as we care for community, and the E's we hope to provide an excellent educational experience today. Now let's meet our presenters. We have 2 project developers here with us today, Kai Ajayi, aka Professor Kai the Solar Guy, and Tisha Kosco. Kai, did you want to start and introduce yourself?
Thanks a lot, Nicole. I'm Kai Ajayi, Solar Access Manager at StraightUp Solar. Every day when I wake up and go to work, my job is to find ways to put solar in underserved and marginalized communities. It's a great, great mission, and I'm proud to be a part of this effort.
Thank you.
Hi, again, I'm Tisha Kosco. I'm also a project developer with StraightUp Solar. I've been with the company for about 3 years now. I, like Kai, wake up every day with the ambition to help as many critical service providers, houses of worship, and other entities get the solar access that I think that we all deserve.
Thank you both. Let's go ahead and hit the next slide. So today we're going to be walking through quite a few topics, starting with an Illinois Solar for All overview, eligibility, solar savings, cash incentives with direct pay, and share some of our case studies. And then we'll end with a Q&A. Again, drop your questions in the chat, or you can drop them into the Q&A section. Alrighty, Tisha, do you want to take it from here?
Absolutely. So I guess we should go ahead and start off with just an overview of what the Illinois Solar for All program is. So the Illinois Solar for All program ensures that the benefits of solar reach organizations serving income eligible and environmental justice communities. It's managed by Elevate Energy on behalf of the Illinois Power Agency, and StraightUp Solar is proud to be an approved vendor-designee. Participants don't face large upfront costs, and the program guarantees savings. Facilities must pay no more than 35 to 50% of the value of the energy produced, or alternatively, they must see savings equal to 50 to 65% in the first year. Over the life of the system, many facilities achieve more than 90% total savings, freeing up resources to reinvest in their mission. Next slide, please. So a little bit about the eligibility. This program is focused on facilities that serve their communities. To qualify, a facility must be located in an environmental justice or income eligible area and qualify as a critical service provider. For example, a food pantry, a library, hospitals, or houses of worship. Community engagement is key. Projects must demonstrate meaningful local impact. Systems are installed on site, either on your roof or a ground mount, and you can also choose between purchase, lease, or a power purchase agreement financing, depending on your organizational needs. Go ahead and progress. Thank you. So how can the Illinois Solar for All program save you money? The program is structured to maximize savings. Participants face no or very low upfront costs, and the program mandates savings at least 50% or up to 65% if the federal ITC is taken. Over time, the returns are even greater. Each system comes with a 15-year full warranty. Operations and maintenance are provided by StraightUp Solar's in-house service team, and financing can be structured as either a self-purchase or third-party ownership model with transfer options down the road. Go ahead. Thanks. Elective pay is a game changer. That is elective pay. It's also known as direct pay. It's one of the biggest financial shifts for nonprofits and public entities. Even though you don't pay federal taxes, you still receive the investment tax credit in the form of direct cash payment. That's 30% at a minimum, with potential adders that can bring you up to a total of 40%. The key is timing. To lock in these benefits without additional restrictions, program must be safe harbor before December 31st, 2025 deadline. Next slide, please. And accessing the elective pay is straightforward, but planning is essential. Once your project is complete and you know your tax year, you must register with the IRS at least 120 days before your filing deadline. Each entity can file one submission per tax year, and that submission can include multiple projects. When you file your return with your registration number, the IRS processes it and sends the direct payment. The process is manageable, but the important part is meeting the deadlines. We're going to go ahead and let Kai take over at this point. He's going to go over a few case studies to see how this looks on some of our completed projects. Thanks, Kai.
Yeah, thank you, Tish. So you've seen that there are multiple ways to get these projects financed, and we're going to walk you through a few examples to show you how it actually has worked in practice. So this is for the Unitarian Universalist Church here in Bloomington, where I'm located. I've known these folks for a long time. They've wanted to go solar. They just got a new roof, and they came and said, let's get it done. So we looked at their energy bills, and we were able to design a solar PV system that generated enough energy to match the amount of annual usage they have in that facility. There's a requirement in Illinois Solar for All that you use graduates of a qualified trainee program. So folks who have come out of the formerly incarcerated or from the foster care system or live in certain environmental justice areas, they must be hired and they must work on these projects. 33% of the hours on these projects have to be completed by qualified trainees. So they were able to be used on this particular project. This was a self-finance project, so the church got a loan for a year, and the maximum they paid out in year one, let me rephrase, their electric bill savings in year one was 65% because they did take the investment tax credit, and they had $7,000 in savings. And now let's walk through the project financials, which I'll explain in a little more detail a bit later. The system cost about $255,000. And their incentives, and this includes the renewable energy credit, the smart inverter rebate, and any other adders that may come from the investment tax credit, came to $155,000. So it cost them $96,000 on this $255,000 system. And over 25 years, they're going to save $154,000. So they come out ahead, and they're doing wonders for the planet, and this extra money they can use in their community efforts. And it's important to note that there's a full 15-year warranty on this array. So for 15 years, anything goes wrong with it, StraightUp Solar, as the installer, goes in and takes care of any issues. And once again, as Tish mentioned, we have our own in-house service techs. So we service what we build. Here's an example of a third-party ownership, another example from Bloomington. This is the Bloomington Public Library. This array covers about 34%, or is equal to about 34% of their annual usage. And you can see it's quite a large array, so they obviously have quite a lot of usage here, but a full third of it is provided by solar. Again, we used an Illinois Solar for All trained workforce, and in this case, the third-party financer provided them a 6-year power purchase agreement. So over that 6 years, at the time we put this contract together, the library was paying Ameren, in this case, about 11.7 cents a kilowatt hour. By contract, the third-party finance partner is charging them 4.1 cents. And that's not going to change over the 6 years of the power purchase agreement. So even if Ameren's costs go up, which we know they will not pay any more than 4.1 cents to the power purchase agreement holder. In the first year at the 11.7 cents value, they're going to save $24,500. And over 6 years, $113,000. At that point, the third-party owner transfers ownership of the array to the library. The only thing the library has to pick up at this point is insurance on the array, because there's still that 15-year warranty on the array. So you're going to see from year 7 on, since now they don't pay that 4.1 cents to the third-party owner anymore, even though their first year savings was, where did it go? 24,000. Year 7 on, it starts at 40,000 and gets bigger because we know that the Ameren costs are going to get higher. So fantastic deal for the library. This array was put on their roof at 0 cost to them. They start saving money from year 1, and from year 7 on, $40,000 a year they're saving. Absolutely fantastic deal. So people are saying to me when I tell them these stories, yeah, no, there's no such thing as a free lunch. What's the catch here? So what I try to do is open the books and show them that this is for real, and it's a win-win-win situation. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Let's look at an array that costs $640,000, as is the case in this in the Bloomington Public Library. So a third-party finance partner puts up that entire $640,000, and in the span of 18 to 24 months, they get the 30% tax credit, which is $190,000. They get the renewable energy credits, $400,000. They get the smart inverter rebate, $66,000. They get payments from the library over those 6 years that total $100,000. And you add that all up, it comes to $682,000 for a $640,000 investment. So that's $42,000 back just from the incentives and the PPA payments. So that's a 7% return after fees, and we haven't counted depreciation and amortization. So a 7% return in 18 to 24 months, it's not a bad deal for the finance partner. It's a great deal for the host organization, the library in this case. Almost $1 million over 25 years they're going to save. So the finance partner wins because they get a return on their investment. The facility wins because it gets fantastic savings over time. The society benefits because these folks I mentioned, people who live in EJ areas, those from the foster care system, those who are formerly incarcerated, have good, well-paying jobs that keep them gainfully occupied. And StraightUp Solar gets to build these and stay in business. So there's no magic to this. There's no mystery. Once you open the books and you see where the numbers flow, then it makes sense. These are some projects that we've done. I believe we've seen pictures of most of these. But in East St. Louis, we did a food pantry. We've talked about the public library. We did another Unitarian church in Carbondale, a recreational center in Centralia, a hospital in Mount Vernon, Goodwill in Mount Vernon, Habitat in Champaign. We did a Habitat in Bloomington as well. My church, Wayman AME, we've done a Y, normal activity and recreational center. That's my church you see bottom left here, Wayman AME. That's the Habitat Restore in Bloomington, top left. So we've done a variety of these over a plethora of different types of nonprofits and public facilities. So it's real, it can happen, but the clock is ticking. With the impact of HR 1, the reconciliation bill that just passed on the 4th of July, the tax credits go away at the end of this year without any catch, and then with a catch from January until June. And then in June, pretty much goes away unless you can build what you're going to build by the end of 2027. So the message here is, this is a great deal. If you're a public facility or a municipality that has been thinking about going solar, you need to reach out, and here are the next steps. You can reach out to Tisha or myself. We'll do what we call discovery, where we take a look at your bills. We'll look at how much space you have for a solar array. We'll do a full analysis to determine whether the path of self-purchase or third-party ownership is the most viable for you. Once we've done all that, we'll explain the next steps, and you'll sign a letter of intent that says, this sounds great. We want to work with you through the process to submit an application. Once we have that LOI, we'll send our technical teams out to open up all your panels and look deeply at the electrical systems and your roofs or the ground mount area to make sure that I's are dotted and T's are crossed. We'll confirm the financial path that we think that will be the most advantageous for you. The document stack for Solar for All is detailed, but we have 6 years of experience in filling them out. And knock on wood, every single one that we've submitted for eligibility has come back positive. So we have a great track record. We'll submit for interconnection with your utility and submit the document stack. And once RECs get approved by the renewable energy credits, by the way, get approved by the program, we're ready to put you on our build schedule and get your system built. So here we are. That's the story. This is who we are. This is how you can get in touch with us. And Tish and I would both be happy to take any questions or comments that you all may have.
Thank you, Kai and Tisha, for shining a light on Illinois Solar for All's program. This concludes the presentation portion, and we are going to move into the Q&A. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in now or in the chat as well. I'm also just going to drop Kai and Tisha's contact details in the chat here, and a little bit more information on the Illinois Solar for All program. Okay. We do have one question here. Question is, how do recent executive orders impact potential projects in this program?
I alluded to that a little bit in the description of the program, but I can get into a little more detail. For the nonprofit public facility projects in particular, if we can achieve what is called safe harbor for your project by the end of this year, then we're golden. What does safe harbor mean? It means that you have put up enough money and enough work has begun on your project before the end of the year to qualify you as a project that's in progress. And it safe harbors you on two aspects. One, against the 30% tax credit. That means that you can indeed enjoy that 30% tax credit, or the third party financer can. And you are not subject to foreign entity of concern requirements, FEOC requirements. So any equipment manufactured by China, North Korea, and there's one other country I can't remember, if their products are used, then you are potentially subject to additional tariffs, if you will, by the federal government. We don't know what those additional costs are going to be today, so it makes it very difficult to plan. So if you safe harbor by 12/31/25, you're safe, both from the ITC and from FEOC. If you safe harbor between 1/1/26 and 7/3/26, then you are safe harbored on the 30% tax credit, and in both cases so far, you have 4 years to build the project. Okay, you're safe harbored by 12/31 for the 30% for 4 years to build and no FEOC. 1/1/26 to 7/3/26, you're safe harbored 4 years to build. You get the 30%, but you are subject to FEOC. Okay, after 7/4/26, you have to have your project built by 2027, the end of 27, if you want the 30% tax credit, and you are subject to FEOC. So the long and short of it is the EO executive orders and the reconciliation bill have limited the applicability of the 30% tax credit, and they have increased potential costs with FEOC. So the message is, as I said earlier, start early, get your projects safe harbored, protect yourself against increased costs, and lock in that 30% tax credit.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's see. I don't see any other questions here. It looks like we covered all the topics. I'm not seeing anything else popping up here. Did either of you have anything else you wanted to add?
Well, we appreciate your attendance. This nonprofit public facility program has provided so much benefit to so many organizations just like yours. And If your mission is one of public service, then I would strongly encourage you to look at the possibility of solar in your facility, just from a financial perspective. Every dollar that you save is a dollar that you can put back into the community. And then we have the added benefit of the environmental benefits of a solar array. Every kilowatt hour that you use from the sun is one that you don't pull potentially from a coal-fired electric plant. And that's good for everybody. So it's here, it's available, please use it.
Support that. Thank you guys very much. I went ahead and dropped in the link for the solar assessment one more time. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming today. And I think we're going to wrap it up. Shine bright, everyone.
Thank you all.